Can you feel your wings beating my heart? How can I shape my lips, my teeth, my tongue, this mouth that cannot hold the roundness of vowels or mimic the staccato of midnight crickets, which seem to embrace the dark and fold hidden light into its unseen wings, spinning a song of familiar and foreign sounds that breathe the ease of quiescence, that dance across this page and resonate in your skull and spark the fire of this magic of unknowing, this beautiful flame of love that burns itself. How can I sing of the softness of love that flows through your very fingertips, your skin, your eyes, your ears? This unformed sensorial display, this bounty of love, this feast of desire, this timpani of life, light and dark and wind and the longing, the loving, the ache of unfathomable beauty, life flowing in you, through you, as you. It has no words, yet is these very words that punctuate, that paint this edgeless stream into shape and color and sound and movement. This shifting, flowing web of words, a sigh, a whisper, the caress of wind, the scent of its softness. I want to distill a million suns into an elixir of light magic that you can drink and find yourself intoxicated with the day and night and the knowing that nothing can be known, that you are an imaginary point of light in this star-filled sea, a reflection of endless skies soaring through endless skies, light and space and nothing at all, tumbling through light and space and nothing at all. I want to fill every secret pore of your being with wonder, in love with the love of all and everything, knowing that there is no light or reflection, no love, no beauty without you. A dream dancer of ephemeral beauty without a center or edge, rushing, tumbling waters pouring through deep, dark canyons, sliding into unending seas, rainbows trembling between sea and sky and disappearing into their own reflection. Echoes of moon slide through your eyes and reveal love's heart magic that has always pierced your beautiful heart, this love that was never yours nor mine, as this love cannot be found or lost or held or given away. Move this over a little bit. I am a swirling magic carpet woven from all stories, light twisting and turning around itself, a golden mirror of iridescent threads, spinning a light dream of love. There is no center or edge or beginning or end. Yet I dance in timeless verses, the rhythm of love's memories echoing through the mind stream, sing the story of me, a fairy tale character dancing on the edge of a feather between love and nothing at all. It is the magic of life that has no edge nor form or space, that has no center or sound or taste or name, that names itself as your lips begin to mimic the sound of wind dancing through the deep, dark forest, of treetops flowing, leaves sparkling, morning birds singing and bathing in the fresh air light. The sound of love's heart magic forms your belly, your heart, your lungs, your mouth, and sings your very breath into being. This breath that has no form, that no one breathes, until love sings your name and beckons you into this dream-time dance of one, of two, of many, of none. Love spinning the flowing web of words that seem to separate sea from sky and you from me, so that we may dance in love, as love, through love, and gaze into each other's eyes and see the echo of our reflection and say, I love you. We exist only in this echo land dreamtime story that we are. The shift is the end of the belief in it and the end of the feeling of separation. Words weave this web of mirrors, this enchantment that we are. Shifting transparencies slide through one another, bloom and wilt, with no ground upon which to grow, not even vast spaciousness or an expanse of one. Skin, a word used to keep us from flying apart. Who resides in this head, this heart, these cells, these nouns and verbs, this pulsating light ballet? Fly away, 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 sighs the sun who whispers your name as she melts into her own light. This sensuous love display falls through your fingers. You disappear into words, into letters, into points of light, with no meaning or non-meaning. Star reflections shimmering on a midnight sea. Up and down have lost their bearing. The compass has lost its magic. Home, a word like love that you cannot return to, as you never have left. Words are smoke signals across the canyon, whispers in the dark, messages in a bottle you cannot read or understand, trying to unfold their meaning, pasting signs upon the sky. They do not lead or follow. Nothing signifies nothing. Love letters from the waves drown you, submerge you in their emptiness. You emerge on the banks of a shoreless ocean, the faint cry of a seabird echoing through you. There is no vessel to hold the wind. Only words which seem to capture and hold a center in the dream around which life flows and beckons you to sing. Words paint color and flavor, taste the thought stream in your head, seem to take a snapshot of a mirror looking back. They are not mine, nor are they your words. They etch sky with sky, twirl us into this daydream of reflections on a river. No one stands on the bank watching. We are this very flow of thought dreams, of memories that echo on the sandy bottom, after images swirling into whirlpools, gathering in deep hollows, hidden under the banks, where shadows fall through their own darkness. The river weeps at her own beauty, slides back into herself. Love is a word painted on a mirror, falling through her reflection, erasing all sides, leaving not even a middle or a sandy shore, where no one waits for her beauty or walks along the shore, sending smoke signals in the dark that have always said, I love you. These messages that write themselves with water on water, within and without, merely an illusion, this love dream that paints itself and washes itself away. My story is everyone's stories, galaxies spinning, radiating, pulsating, the heartbeat of this and that, light and dark, an embrace of nothing and everything, fullness and emptiness fall through each other. Not even nothing is left. We are love's memories, tattoos of wind in wind. Flowers slide off the tapestry, woven with color and shape and sound. All words spin this echo land daydream, tales of thunder and deep, deep kisses, and laughter rippling across the nighttime sea. Reflections slide into and through each other, expanding ever outward and inward, weaving threads of light into this love ballet, a flowing fabric of time and shadows, dancing down the empty streets, echoing footless steps, the hush of wings without feathers. Carpet of moon flows through you, wind soars through a photograph of wind, resplendent light above and below, earth and sky kiss in the middle, all and everything erased by this tsunami of love, reappearing as a love ballet, pirouetting into itself. Can you feel your wings, feathers of light, beating my heart? I am not here to comfort seekers or give any kind of relief from pain. Enlightenment is not about feeling better. This is about having all the beliefs about what you are and what you are not, what the world is and what it is not. All ideas of truth, meaning, and enlightenment being ripped apart. And as you are those ideas, those beliefs, you might feel angry as your very existence is being challenged. And if those beliefs, that wall of assumed knowing, begins to fall, it can be scary as hell and it can feel like you are dying. But as the light begins to shine through the cracks, it also may feel good. Most, however, rush to the darkness of habitual belief patterns or find new philosophies to fill in the big maw of the void of not even nothing that you fear and long for. Love can look like a butterfly kiss or a lion's roar. You are a thin thread of certainty, tiptoeing gingerly to the edge of the known world. What's over there? What cannot be seen? There has to be something better, something more, something other than this. Something! Someone who knows what the hell is going on, some safe place to rest, a harbor from doubt, a relief from the constant anxiety and fear of unknowing, of death. There has got to be something to fill in the blanks, the unknowing that you fear, the big gaping maw of emptiness, of meaninglessness, that swirling feeling of being capsized, of being adrift, no steering, no rudder, no sails, no wind, no boat, no sea to hold you up, no sky to embrace you, no familiar suns and moons and stars to lead to your home. There is no one to return to the home that no one left. You are a fairy tale princess without a castle. Clouds forming and dissolving are more substantial than you, but you can see faces in the clouds, dissolving into sky. There is no sky, nor clouds, without you. All handholds are illusion. There is no one falling. All ideas are false, including truth. Everything I say is a lie, painting the dream of separation, the only world we can know. We emerge in this dance of words, ideas playing in the thought stream that has no beginning nor end, nor inside nor outside, no prior nor after, but ends when the body and brain die. As you are this thought stream, you disappear as well. But then you never existed. Neither did I. We are imaginary lovers, dancers in this wind ballet, of wind pirouetting with wind, sweeping across the wide open deserts and up into the high mountains, carrying water and rainbows to weep among the clouds, surging into streams and rivers, pouring into deep, dark canyons, longing to merge with the ocean, vast, and dive into the fathomless depths of love, where we disappear into each other, laughing and crying, wet in wet in wet in wet, sky in sky, light in light, space in space, everything into everything, nothing into nothing. I am not enlightened. No one is enlightened. No one in the history of mankind has ever become enlightened. If part of the enlightenment is the realization that self is imaginary, how could an illusion recognize that it is illusion? It never feels like life is happening to a someone or that a someone is doing life. It is known that no one, including yourself, is the instigator of their belief or feeling or thought or action. That we are all a swirling thought collage of belief and preference and memory. I cannot find anything or anyone here or there. We exist only as reflections in each other's beautiful eyes. We are the portals through which love and beauty enter the universe. It feels like a constant falling in love, like a continuous union of what was never apart, returning over and over to a home you never left, a recognition that the walls you were trying to escape, the self, is the greatest gift of all. That all separation is illusion doesn't mean the physical world does not exist. Some imaginary things refer to the physical world, like bodies and rocks and mountains. Some imaginary things are purely imaginary, like selves and tomorrow. Knowing that you and I and love are made up is not the end of love, it is the beginning. It is colors and shapes, flowing, never caught, but seemingly held in the imaginary net of words, like color and shape and movement. Wild love. Wild love spills into the canyon, swathed in terror and grief and loneliness and ecstasy. She embraces all and everything, swallows all light and shadow, consumes every shred of memory, is burnt in her own pyre, and dances on her grave. Clothed in her own ashes, in her dance of madness, she weeps at her own beauty, her tears flung to the edge of no tomorrow, her ashes dissolved again in her own love. Her devastation is the treasure that everyone fears and longs for. It is you I come for, to embrace in the final embrace. You spin around to find no one there, not even a mirror to fall through. No one singing these bone-chilling words. It is only the echo of your own heart, speaking in tongues, in its own language, that has held you since you can remember, in your own embrace. And one day light wove itself into a saber and pierced my world. The very horizon broke into endless blue, and I could not tell up from down, or joy from sorrow. Love shattered the sun and moon and my heart into smithereens. Facets of all I had known and loved blew into sky, blue their only reflection. Erasing my lines on the page, my story wept as love swirled light and dark in her mouth and drank deeply. She untied all the secret places where I tried to hide my knowing and my fear of unknowing, my fear of the dark and light, this fear of death and love. I dared not look into this deep, dark cavern where everything sacred lay, for fear that it was empty, or it was so full would explode and smother me in its sheer grandeur, rob me of my riches, and strip me of my nakedness, bury me in its wondrous, all-consuming love. Who or what would be left to sing of love and this mystery of our aliveness? To dance this waltz of madness that danced me into endless clouds and sky and swirling treetops? What if there were no sun to warm my tears or wind to dry them? No one owns this wondrous unknowing, this sublime emptiness. You could say I am wind dancing as we twirl down the canyon of love. But even though thousands of words seem to stream through me, I cannot find anything at all, not even a vague memory of my reflection without you. There is nothing here nor there, just a dream of a transparent light ballet flowing through itself, a passion play written with sky in sky, shimmering endless seas kissing non-existent shores, blossoming seascapes of wind in wind, dissolving in the summer sun. There is no one to be everything or nothing, no center to be empty or full, yet here we are, twirling rainbows down the canyon. Long arm of light reaches into the canyon, soft blush of morning paints your tenderness with love's reflection. What is far? What is near when there is no middle nor edge? Who sings the sky and wind and our sublime aloneness? This ache for an echo is love. There are no shadows in a world without lines, no music in a world without love. This song paints and sings itself, pours down the canyon it paints, falls through its own melody. Our brains are probably wired to be attracted to sweet smells for getting fruit. They are attracted to vibrant color to find fruit and vegetables. But beauty, now that's another thing. To be attracted to what we call beauty, to know that it is beautiful, to know that we know it's beautiful, to not know what defines beauty or love, but to know it so deeply. It's such an amazing thing to see everything as beautiful, to see everyone as beautiful, to fall in love all day, constantly. It's the stunningness of seeing it all as if for the first time. The impossibility of singing of it is obvious, yet the beauty of our attempts is, well, beautiful. Feather falls slowly, kisses its reflection on the stream, flows down canyon. I am the memory of soft kisses, love and love lost, blooming and wilting. Clouds merge and dissolve. I am a drifting daydream, not separate from night. Sky falls, echoes my name. My face is etched with fire and ice. My heart a river with no source or end. Shadows leave no footprint on time. There are no shadows in the dark. There is no time nor non-time, no movement nor non-movement. There are no rivers without banks, no flow without imaginary edges. There is no light without our eyes. I am not trying to obfuscate the truth. I am saying that there is no thing called truth. All words, including these, paint the dream of objectified separation. Distant storm, barely heard, calls forth deep secrets you tried to forget. You do not wish to listen to your own heart breaking. Scent of thunder resonates in your bones. Sunset bursts the flowing grasses and your hidden heart into flames. Deep, deep despair and sorrow at this loss of all tomorrows. Grief slays the very marrow of solitude, this loss of yesterday's daydream. No one held the night, no one holds the day, no one loses or wins. Yet something walks away from the battle, weeping, in love with this love that no one holds, yet holds all. There are no edges to this embrace, no sides, nor middle. There are no words, neither God nor emptiness nor love. There is no self nor other, not even one big self. There is no unifying field. There are no things to hold together, no one thing to break apart. The intuiting of this seamless flow feels like love. To know that you and all you have loved are wisps of flowing memory painted with sky and sky paints a sublime melancholy that feels like love beyond any ideas of love. An empty heart cannot bleed, but blood flows, wind blows, tears fall. The dream is painted with echoes that have no center nor source. Can you hear me sing, or is it your own voice echoing down the canyon? Whose heart song is this? Where does the book open when your heart is ripped inside out? Who reads the words that no one can hear unless you speak with wavering clarity the words you long to hear? The three most beautiful words, I love you. Sublime sorrow moved in like a long-lost lover returning, bringing flowers and the contents of his heart, whispering secrets that only lovers know, but cannot discern from the wind and the sun and the moon and distant birds, so high in the light no one can say their name, soaring across unending sky. These words are a love song, of joy and sorrow trembling on the edge of an echo, of light and dark waltzing, a continual kiss without sides or middle. These words have no letters that do not spell love, all clickety consonants and round rolling vowels that spill from this mouth are love stories, decorating flowing cloud castles, blossoming and dissolving, sky melting into sky, hearts into hearts, love into love. Shimmering love lights the stars in my eyes. There is no distance, just an imaginary two-step, a call and answer love song, waterbird diving into the morning sea, pirouetting with her reflection. We meet in the splash of love's echo. What calls you from the dark? What beckons from the light? The fire of your own love longs to consume you, to tear your flesh, to drink your blood, to gnaw on your bones, expose the marrow of love to its own flames, burning all ideas of inside and outside, and anything before and after love. This loneliness, this vast emptiness that you have run away from your whole life is calling your name. You cannot help but turn to face the fire of your own love. What breaks the mirror and reveals that there are no sides to love, nor middle to find safety? When there is no more looking for handholds, they disappear. So does the grasping, the trying to hold love. It is all empty, beyond any concepts of emptiness. It is all love, beyond any ideas of love. There are no words that do not seem to divide the sky into infinite shards. Words are mirrors dancing, words referencing words, beautiful reflections swirling around the biggest illusion of all, you. Gazing into my reflection, trying to see what is underneath my own gaze, trying to peer behind the mirror, the searing gaze of love melted all ideas of love into a sea of primordial moonglow, naked in the summer sun. No one wears this nakedness, these echoes of echoes, reverberating through the vastness. There is no solidity to be found, nor emptiness to dance. Lost as the watcher fell through herself. No one was left, not even an empty shadow, whirling down Main Street, dancing with her reflection in the darkened windows, playing in the carpet of reflections, splashing in the pools of echoes and the street lights shimmering. Edgeless beauty flows through me as me. I soar as the sea of magic pours into itself, featherless, wingless, skinless, wind in wind, sky in sky, space in space, emptiness in emptiness. Spinning, dancing radiance, spiraling inward and outward, dissolving all sides, the middle slides into itself and disappears. Where are the stories written without letters or words or sounds or silence? All of life shimmers in the treetops dancing, in the wild winds singing. Through these words, the magic of love sings. All words write this story, this fairy tale of love, is that we are each other's stories. I do not exist alone. We emerge in the spinning of tales, sung by no one, sung by everyone, blooming and wilting, caressing and forming us from the inside and out. These lines tell our stories. We do not exist without them. We are them. Every word paints this dreamtime love song. Love is inescapable, yet it is not even nothing without these very words. My story, your story, whose story is not beautiful? I am a flowing tapestry of all the stories ever heard and yet to be sung, or murmured late at night from crickets hidden in the garden, feasting on fallen leaves, singing the stories of wind and trees and the growing darkness, our delicate bodies and the tender wetness of our eyes, all singing, I love you. In love, as love, through love, life dances, without a partner, without your eyes, sparkling, brilliant reflections. There is no dance, nor dancer. Sea of dreams. The sea of peace has no safe harbor. No one can sail there, as there is no distance to cross. This unfathomable mystery, the glorious, unnameable shore that beckons you, does not exist. The sirens that pull your daydreams and steer your dreams at night will break your wildest dreams on the rocks of love. The mystery is that nothing can be known, as there are no things to know, nor anyone to know. That all the known world of suns and moons and clouds sliding across the vast expanse of sky are simply ideas of separate things painted by your brain. That there is a sailing vessel and wind and a rudder and a wheel and someone to grasp it, that there is a direction, a goal to reach, and a someone to reach it, is simply a beautiful illusion beyond which nothing can be known. There is no before or beyond, nor anything to grasp, no ground of being upon which to stand, nor anyone to stand there. Yet here we are, sailing uncharted seas together. Doesn't the wind feel marvelous on your sun-soaked skin? How it plays with your hair just so. How the sunset blooms so beautifully in your eyes. How I can see my reflection in your tears and your reflection in mine. Watching the dolphins play in our wake, surfing the late afternoon glow. We sail the ocean of love together, fire in our eyes. In love as love through love, we are this sea of dreams. People are looking for a unifying force or unifying field. They believe that there's some unseen force or God which glues everything together. But there simply aren't any separate things to be glued together, and not one big thing that can be split apart. All edges, all lines are imaginary. Not this, not that, not both, nor neither. Not one, not two, not many, nor none. There are no things, yet everything is included. Seared by secret suns, drowned in unfathomable sorrow, love washed my shadow in yesterday's winds. She wrung out every tear until I thought I might die of lack of sorrow, and infused me with an endless supply. It is love herself that weeps. It was never my heart that ached for love, never my shadow dancing on the canyon walls, just light and shadow waltzing, nameless, breathless. Love has no name, not even mine. When you say I love you, there is simply nothing here, not even empty space. I am not an empty mirror. There is no reflection without you, no love without two. Knowing there is not two, nor even one, explodes all ideas of love. As she sweeps every shred of light and shadow into her empty breast, you find it is your own love that swallows you whole, or consumes you piece by piece. It hurts like hell, but always feels just right. When her dinner is done, she starts with the night and does not stop until there is no one left to die. I arise in the loving, knowing there is no one to love or give it or receive it or bask in her reflection. We are dancers bathed in love's light. Her shimmering echo reverberates across the canyon walls. Love has no source, but does not exist without us. A mirrored glance swallowed a million suns, fell through itself, burning. What swept me into my own reflection to see that there was no one on either side? Faded photographs peeling in the summer sun, ashes on the sidewalk, where I used to run barefoot through the searing light, and cool, cool shadows where I danced, bathed in naked moon, second-hand light burning. There is nothing left after this grand conflagration. It may be fast or slow. Words erase themselves over and over until the page is gone. No one wins this Shadowland ballet. I never bought a ticket to this symphony of love that plays itself without words or letters, without movement or stillness, without music or silence or love. The great mystery you long to understand, to touch, to feel, to caress, to have it caress you, is the edgelessness that cannot be found or touched or understood. It is everything and nothing, as there are no things, yet everything is included. You sense this magic, for it is everywhere and nowhere. It cannot be attained or grasped, as there is no one separate from it. To reach it or hold it, there are no its. Trying to grasp what has no words, with words, vowels left in your mouth, feeling the roundness slipping out, the staccato of consonants rupturing between the lips and tongue, seemingly capturing space, throwing lassos around the sun, slicing the sky into pieces, heaven raining through the cracks, fingers sprouting through the sidewalk. There is no pause to look for, no prior to words, nor after. There is no inside or outside to this love song that sings itself. Looking for the pause creates a looker. Trying to peer under the alphabet, you might find a nothing, which is a thing. What is not even nothing? What is emptiness? After you pour away the emptiness, what is love beyond all ideas of love? When all ideas are seen to be ideas, when all words are seen to be imaginary bites of sky, there is no one to look under the words, no one to be free or bound by words, no one to escape the dream, as you are a fairy tale character, an imaginary center, a hologram, a magician's tale writing itself with shared learned words. These words cannot speak of words or wordlessness, but you know this magic that lies between the lines. You feel it deeply, yet fear it. For when there are no lines, when the song disappears, there is no you, no song, nor love. It is the unknowability of love which we love, the unknowability of beauty that is beautiful, the ungraspable nature of life. That is its magic, but you know that. And who is singing these words that bloom inside your skull? Who listens to this thunder that cracks the sky into pieces? It is the song of the morning mists dissolving, the end of cricket song, and moonlight's caress of the darkness, the end of the nighttime dream, and the start of the daytime dream, bathing in the summer sun. Sparrows and finches come to the feeders, robins perch on the rim of the ponds, singing a song I have heard since I was very small. Some doves swoop into the yard, some of them stay on the tall wires, singing a song of my childhood. Tires roll down Main Street like ocean waves in the desert. Trees bend and sway, all a flying carpet of shadows and light. A magic show, this illusion of this and that, spontaneously appears. An explosion of sound, these words that seem to paint the day and create a line between birth and death, morning and night, here and there, sound and silence, you and me. You cannot catch this ever arising, ever disappearing, fleeting momentary. You are trying to grasp it. Is it? That there must be something more, an answer to the mystery, a key to unlock the magic is magical, isn't it? Your sense that there is something to get and someone to get it arises from the feeling that there is something solid and unchanging inside the swirling. But is there? Is there really anything other, better, more, or next? Have you ever found anything other than life as it seems to appear? How could there be a wrong or right feeling, or thought or belief or action, if there really is no one separate from what is going on? Have you ever found that unchanging someone or thing? Or are you simply thought and feeling flowing, with no source or end point, nor middle ground upon which to stand? There is no path to where you are when you are not. All ideas of more, other, better, and next are ideas, like you. What would happen if it were realized that this was it always, just as it seems to appear? whatever it looks or feels like. What if there were no next? What if thoughts about a never arising next were just that, thought dreams? What if thoughts about what you are and what you are not were just that, thoughts? What if there were no separate thoughts? Can you tell when the beginning or end to a thought occurs? Maybe you cannot because you are this flowing, fleeting thought dream that has no movement nor non-movement, no inside nor outside, no before thought or after, as all ideas of time, dimension, causality, all concepts of measurement were made up, just like you. Wind rushes and swirls through the tall mountain pines, sweeps itself away. Nothing is left, not even an echo of wind magic to whisper your name, or wave the long grasses into a symphony of light and dark, swimming across the earth, all the way to the horizon, drowning in sky. Such elegance of sound and silence, the lushness of words pouring through themselves without beginning or end. Who would know if they stopped unless they started again? Words cascade into stories, weave an enchantment within which someone seems to hover in between the sensuousness of love and nothing at all. The love of everything and nothing suspends belief in words, yet disbelief is the song as well. There are no edges to this love song. It sings itself, tumbling, whirling, softly kissing color and shape and sound into this very world that moves and flows in you, through you, as you. I watch your struggle to change or stop thought, or think in a correct manner, or feel a certain right way, or act more compassionate, or become a better person, or try to get rid of the self, all based on the belief that there is a you and a better you somewhere. This imaginary goal of perfection is what you are. To me, you are beyond perfect, including all your attempts to attain perfection, and I weep at your beauty and this unfathomable beauty of love. It seems to form me and erase me, for without you, without this love, I am nothing at all. If you say I love you or you're beautiful, all I can see is your unbearable beauty. For here there is not even nothing. I am the echo of your reflection, weeping. We are rippling melodies of silence, breathing, inseparable from the song. We are echoes of memories, the lilting dance of a leaf falling after the wind has passed. The slow drift of warmth and morning pours through the canyon. Undertones swirl through overtones. Love's heart magic sings itself, pierces you with its resonance. Every word pulses with this knowing that all words are assumptions, waltzing with their own reflections. Spiraling daydreams cannot catch your hovering beauty. Love held in its own hands, sky suspended in sky. The sensuousness of wind, swirling through wind, kissing our tenderness, drying our tears. This heartbeat of love pours through rhythmless rhythms. Unfathomable depths of darkness explode into a million suns. Space falls through space. Clouds begin to form and dissolve. Sun weeps, bathing in its own warmth. Love weeps at its own tender beauty. We weep, knowing the unfathomable nature of love. Long arm of light reaches into the canyon. Soft blush of morning paints your tenderness with love's reflection. Where is the edge of the dream as it slides down the rainbow and breathes you, sings you? You are its light and color streaming across the vastness of unknown worlds and stars and suns and their absence. We are trails of emptiness that leave no wake or shadow, sky exploding into sky. The enchantment of love exhales you and all the known world. where all lines are imaginary, lassos around a piece of sky, falling shards of shattered mirrors, all reflecting your face that you cannot see. Hollow dreams of moonlight dancing, suspended in between light and shadow, reflected light of a million forgotten suns gathers and swirls into this dreamtime ballet, waltzing with its own echo. In love, as love, through love, we emerge as the dance. A chorus of everyone's voice pouring from a nautilus shell sounds like infinite oceans breathing, sounds like endless stars falling, sounds like the unfathomable wondrousness of love singing. Tall white clouds pour down the canyon, growling black ones follow, folding light into dark, dark into light. Windswept, canyon breathes, mountain air pours into the hot desert, loosens ends of my hair, tears, silken spider webs, cottonwood leaves tossing, falling, falling, swirling, dancing, wings illumined by the last rays of morning, shine and shadow playing, drifting down the trail, through my feet, my breath, my heart, this song. Whorls and swirl of wind mark my fingertips, fading as I age. This song fades as soon as it is written, paints a dream of wind as it flows through itself. Life dances in us, as us, through us. No one writes this song, it sings itself with every word that breathes us. Phantom shadows dancing in each other's light, each other's love. We are echoes of wind, tides, rising and falling on a shoreless sea of dreams. Words echo in my chest, color the sound of moonlight dancing, sweep the beaches where no one wanders or listens to love songs from empty shells. She no longer waits for her long lost lover, lost as the love song of no tomorrow, echoing in this heart that no one wears. Words sign the ocean with waves of sorrow and wonder and joy, sing primordial songs that no one hears but everyone feels, weaving deeply as the grain and wood signs her name with indecipherable clarity. Light dances on water, flowing in formless patterns. Their stories can never be told, but everyone knows them. We are these stories of love and love lost, and the ageless beauty of death. These love songs etch eons of rivers into canyons and taste the saltiness of sea and wind and tears. Wind has no time. Its song is the rivers laughing, tall pines shimmering. There is no before or after, only the song of our hearts. No one sings alone. I am your echo, and you are mine. We dance, stepless, as dreams of wonderment, exploding and imploding, greater than infinite, closer than intimate, yet no song can touch its shadow. After images with no source resonate these heartstrings. No one plucked or stroked them. We are the music, the chorus, of one, of two, of many, of none. This unutterable beauty is the knowing that we cannot know what beauty is, this love for not knowing what love is, this sublime, breathtaking wondrousness that we are amazed at amazement, this unspeakable, unfathomable nature of aliveness. We cannot get away from it or outside of it to capture it or embrace it with words, as we are this beauty, this love, this aliveness. We can never see our own beauty. We do not exist without each other. Earthen, silken silence of clouds and sky and seamless morning, of wind and trees and waving grasses, of rain and tears and the porch light dripping. My husband sawing on the back porch, the click of the keys of my laptop, tires through the puddles, sky swims in its reflection, waves of sorrow and joy rippling, sing the song of morning, bursting into bloom, just as it wilts. The song of love and love lost breathes the morning into beauty and weaves us into love's gentle caress. Our hands, our feet, our delicate fingertips, our tender hearts, the wetness of our eyes, our breath, our hearts, our love meet in this song, where we can never touch but dance. In love, as love, through love, life dances us into its song by singing itself, just like this. Deep water, echo of sky, moonlight floats on the surface, peers into its reflection. Thoughts are echoes in a dream of a dream of a dream. I don't want your naked heart. I don't need to see it or hear of it. I know it always, as it is not yours or mine. Raw, naked, unadorned, we dance as silvery moonlight on the beach of no tomorrow. No one resides within this dream, or swims down this river of thought, of love, of blood, pouring down the streets. Floodlights of shadows dance with their reflections. Night swallows darkness, pouring light into a paper cup. Words adorn the edges that no one can read. Somehow our lips mouth the words as we all drink deeply. We are this unquenchable thirst. Written in between never and forever, the middle collapses. Notes slide off the staves. Pages dissolve into music. Words condense into breath, into sound, into silence. Endless seas of echoes, of echoes, of echoes, of echoes. Bathed in moonlight's gaze, shimmering without time or place, eternity slid down the rainbow and drowned in my tears. Tomorrow has no pockets, no place to hide itself, no promises to fulfill. Hope lost her dance card and took the last train to an imaginary place called home. The past is memory flowing. No one stands on the banks gazing at her reflection. I am just an echo dissolving into itself. Even my shadow burnt on love's sublime pyre. Edges singed with blue and gold left no trace on the sidewalk. Wind found no ashes to dress her slumber. Leaf rushes down the empty street, catching the breath of sunset. What is the sound of the evening light as it melts into dark? Where is this song without you? Singing nakedly, unabashedly, this love that sings me, breathes oceans and clouds and endless skies. Words are love's heartbeat. You can hear them echolocate an imaginary center, around which all and everything swirl. There is no one to animate this illusion of love. Wind soars through wind, not even breath remains. Through the lens of this and that, there is no one looking, no one to know or not, simply this sublime beauty of unknowing. Cricket song floats in ocean of moon, darkness breathes the song of midnight, suspended as love in love. I am the caress of night, falling through the hush of yesterday's golden sunset, bathing in this sublime emptiness of no tomorrow. Pirouette of sky spins into endless skies blossoming, weaving and unweaving shadows of lace. Sky needs no scaffold nor ropes upon which to hang. No pattern nor dance steps are written for the filigree of treetops to sway gently with the song of moon. Bathing the garden in the flowing carpet of light and shadow, revealing the passion play of love kissing itself from the inside out. Through our lips, life sings itself. Beneath autumn leaves, the scent of yesterday hides from shadows and light. It is only a daydream buried in the night, where no one slumbers or dreams of edgeless skies. My lips move in this river of breath. What cannot be said seems to soar through the imaginary gap of silence and sound, trembles on the edge of the known and the imagined, blends them into this very kiss that tastes the winged flames of desire, and melts my mouth with my own sensuousness. It is love without names. It is love without number. It is love beyond the reach of words or song, singing itself through my lips that have been eviscerated of all words, Love has plummeted through all ideas of love. I am consumed by the longing to sing of love to all lovers, to all I have ever loved and will love, and it is you to whom I sing, and this singing kisses us both into being. For what are we but this lover's dance, falling into the abyss of love? Your heart breaks, implodes and explodes, falls through its own mirrored shards. Stars fall, ignite the night until all darkness consumes itself, swallows all ideas of light. Love burns itself with every touch, every kiss, every word melts in this heat, in this conflagration of sorrow, of joy, of time. Whose heart is not yours? Where is your heart but in my chest, ripped open by love? Whose tears, whose eyes are not yours, but these jewels that no one owns, reflecting the universe, naked, unadorned, love's beauty streams, erases all ideas of ownership, all handholds on the edge of the river, all fingertips clinging, dissolve into this flowing, burning river of life's desire, collapsing all and everything, flooding into this edgeless ocean that I am, that you are, that we are. Life dissolving into life without a trace or unheard melody. Love's grand illusion listens to itself and whispers, I love you. Feathered moonglow melts into morning. Softly, softly, soaring wings kiss the air. Gently, gently, love caresses my slumber, dreams me into the day. Evening song of late falling shadows, swooning into cricket night. A picture show with no edges strums itself on a guitar with no strings. Only our hearts beating madly. This love in love with love strains out light and dark and all shades in between. There is no middle, there are no sides to love. Yet love needs hearts to sing its song. I cannot hear it without you. Combing the vastness for words, vastness a word, far more unthinkable than infinite suns exploding, bleeding light and darkness into the most intimate depths of intricate spiraling thought dreams, weaving secret places that seem hidden, revealed with these very words that paint the sky and clouds, and shadows racing across the desert, and a lone shadow leading these footsteps to the edge of the dream, where you and me and infinity collide. Faded roses hang, bathed in pale moon. Memories echo, pool in rippling shadows. There is nothing underneath them, nor above, nor in between. Where is the end of sky? Where is the end of love? Where is the hand, the heart, to hold this beauty? Plummeting unfathomable depths, reaching the end of infinity, where no one wanders listening to her story unfold, a call and answer love song singing itself. This all-pervading love of not knowing what love is echoes across the canyon. No one sings it, no one listens. I am simply memories flowing, painting a dream of light waltzing with light, space falling through space, emptiness melting into emptiness, reflections of echoes dissolving into themselves. You protect and hide your pain like a stone in your heart, to keep that feeling that there is something solid and unchanging, something which feels real and never leaves. It longs for release, to escape your rib cage, a million suns exploding, infinite rainbows shattering, colors falling through colors, one shooting star across the vault of heaven and hell and fading into dark. Love wrote her name in your heart once, kissed you with your own lips, pronounced your name with your own voice. It sounded like hers. You will never forget. You are memory. What would you be without it? What would you be without this pain of love and love lost? Such beauty has no home nor slumber, but rests peacefully, easefully, embraced in perfect freedom. What would happen if all that pain, all that love you are terrified to feel, ripped open your chest, Where would your anchor lie? Where would you end and the world begin? You are this pain, this fear of love, this longing for love. No one owns it, no one has it, no one wears it, no one can shed it. There is nothing under this rawness you try to hide. I see you, naked, alone, afraid of the dark, and I love you. I love you. It is your own voice beckoning. This is your heart song singing, ripping the illusion of armor to shreds, piercing your heart so deeply you will no longer be able to hide from your ultimate aloneness, nor this love. I am a flowing gown of echoes. Life flows through itself, wind flows through its own echo. Emptiness paints emptiness as it falls through all ideas of emptiness. The paintbrush of mind paints itself. Colors stream through infinite rainbows. Endless sky soars through endless sky. Rushing water pours through its own wetness. Carpet of wind and leaves ripples through my hands. I hear words, but I cannot find them. All ideas of meaning have been lost in this wonderment. Passionately life dances with no starting point nor end. There is no reason for this dance that blooms and wilts simultaneously. It is ever new, no place to watch the show, no sidelines upon which to stand, no sides, no edges, no middle, to this flow that neither moves nor stays. There is no feeling of solidity, nor any hand that would grasp it. Names have lost all feeling of solidity, all echoes of meaning and non-meaning, wind dissolving into wind. I hear my name, I say yours, I hold them in my mouth and listen for meaning. It's like hearing a foreign language with no reference point, or watching photos develop over other pictures, blooming and dissolving, images sliding through each other. They have no center nor sides. There is no place from which to view them. All words are like that now, vibrations rippling, beautiful light dancing on an edgeless sea. And what is left when there are no sails to catch the wind, when there is no direction nor shore to reach, not even an empty space that memory tries to fill with faces I have loved, as meaningless as this carpet of rippling shadows and light flowing through my reflection that has no source. There is a beauty in this sensuous lostness when there is no one to be lost. Some may call it bliss, I like to call it love. Love of everything, love of nothing. There is no in between, the dawn and dusk, day into day, night into night. The bird feeders are empty, yet I can hear them singing in the plum trees. I am a flowing gown of echoes, a river of tears, of cold mountain winds rushing down the canyon, streaming through the tall pines, trembling needles pierced with sky, dancing in the cottonwoods, leaving autumn leaves floating, golden carpet softly sweeping into piles, wind pools silently in this desert mirage, shimmering reflections of not even nothing, mirroring love's reflection, soaring without wings, sky letters written with sky, unwrap sky. Horizon unfolds, falls gently into ribbons of highway, undulating across the map, torn into shreds by hot desert winds. All my love letters left, an unanswered echo, burnt the hands and the heart that wrote them. Starlight consumed the edges of my shadow after love ate the inside and out. Moon devoured the rest. Crumpled dreams lay deserted on the side of the path that time forgot when it went looking for the future, and found its own footsteps filling with sky, overflowing onto my feet. As the stars emerged from their shadows, I became lost in love's reflection. I am this dance of mirrors, a wind ballet of wind in wind. You cannot hold the name wind in your mouth, nor can you grasp it. It exists only in this dance, this word ballet that has no outside nor in, tangled sweetly in love's echo we dance. As you walk along this path with no end in sight, not knowing what you seek, there may be a collision of never and forever, as space and emptiness slide through each other, erasing all sides and the middle. The horizon is lost as sea crashes into sky, rips the fabric of your universe into ribbons of endless mirrors, reflecting nothing as well as all things. As they explode and implode, all and everything dissolve. The very ground upon which you danced collapses. There is falling and falling and falling, until the falling is falling, and there is no place to land and no one falling. I go to a mirror to comb my hair, and when I see my reflection, there is no, "That's me," feeling like before. But I can't say there is someone who is disassociated, or a someone who is separate or joined. It feels like a streaming, edgeless, 3D flowing light fabric. This is not a life of only sublime emptiness, but a full-on life of being human. Edges are there when needed, but they are always known and felt to be imaginary. I hold some boards for my husband to put together, and the heart-breakingly beautiful symphony of light and shadow in his tender hand flowing makes me cry. I stand at the line in the supermarket, and I am lost as this beauty. I sit here typing on my laptop, and I am lost as this beauty. I often wonder about a sage living alone in silence in a cabin in the wilderness. At first, I would have been that guy living in diapers with a drool bowl, it seems. But my husband kept my story alive, and singing about this has been wondrous, for when the singing stops, the singer disappears. I didn't mind living suspended as nothingness. There was no one to mind. I was there for a few months, I cannot remember how long. But I also remember when the fullness rushed in all at once. That is when the tears began. Here I was, much as before, yet I was not, dancing on the edge of a feather between love and nothing at all, sliding at first back into nothingness often. Now it is both at once, a wondrous balance. Oneness swallows two-ness, swallows oneness, not one nor two, nor many nor none. I tried to grasp this obvious beauty, a rainbow, a flowing stream, a cloud, a feeling, a thought, a moment, and I felt like I was running around with a butterfly net trying to capture the air, trying to find something which did not dissolve, for in my heart I knew that tomorrow would never come, and certainty began to falter. Then I began to wonder if I really did exist now, if there were someone or thing separate from this flow, and inside and outside to life. I could not find a better before or after, or a now, and I wondered if I ever really did have any actual substance. The illusion of solidity began to dissolve. I can talk about all the days and nights of terror, about feeling like I was lying on a bed of nails, the feeling of impending doom, the great, great sorrow of losing everything, a husband, a family, a past, a future, a life, and anyone to have one. Love was the last to go. And I would not wish this evisceration onto anyone. But the result of an unowned life, unowned tears, unowned awe is, well, more wondrous than I could ever have wished for or imagined. No one chooses this, no one would. I don't have this sublime emptiness, and I cannot give it to you. Where would you put it? I am a river of reflections, awash in moonglow, flowing through an ocean of song. I am neither the wind nor the rain, nor the drops in the ocean. There are no drops. There is no ocean. Sun streams over the canyon rim. Shadows pour down rocky slopes, gather underneath the trees. swirl in deep eddies under the covers where stillness lies, a dream of day falling through night, light swooning through dark. The dream character remains, all a flowing dreamscape, this amazing passion play playing itself. No one makes life happen, no God, no source, no consciousness. There is no one to attach, accept, or reject the self. There is no hope or fear or need of a never arising next, and no one to be hopeful or fearful. No one to have or not have a self. There is not just the wind sweeping down the canyon, or just simply the crickets singing in the night. All separation is mentally fabricated, a story, a hologram of this and that, like you and me and love. There is no inside or outside or before to this dream of objectified separation, as all this and that is made up. This is it, coyote, whatever it looks or feels like. There is no escape from this magician's tale that writes itself with every word. The thought dream arises and self erases, just like this. What no one found was so much more and so much less than I could ever have believed or imagined. When there was no one left to look or find the jewel, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, as the rainbow had disappeared and the center of the dream had collapsed. All the edges fell through each other as I fell into endless sky. All was gold, no more sacred and mundane when there are no things, not even nothing. All is spectacular. What was blue? What was yellow? What was the curtain that fell on the sunset? Where was the end to this very breath that breathed itself? Where is the beginning and end to this love that breathes itself? Babies crying, airplanes landing, bombs bursting, people dying, people who loved and love, lost their parents, there are children, their ideas of love, crushed between the time plates of armor like a freight train rolling down the tracks, wind leaves no kiss, maybe a falling leaf, maybe nothing, only memory. That's what we are. Welcome to the human dream. It is singing, I love you, I love you, I love you. Can you hear the baby crying? It's you. It has always been you. You know that. For no reason, for non-reason, for no non-reason, love flows like this. Something that takes your breath away, something that gives you a shock of piercing light, but no understanding, no clarity, an all-encompassing light that strikes your heart like lightning. That is beauty, that is love. This recognition of delicious unknowing, this sensuous lostness with no one to be lost or found. Can you hear that distant thunder getting closer? Can you smell the lightning on the faraway mountains? One flash, and all and everything is illuminated, burns a hole deep in your heart where love lies waiting to be born, waiting to be burnt, seared by its own reflection, your reflection. Love's echo, its story, your story, magically writes itself with these very words, these very thoughts, this very thought stream singing in your skull, blazing its own trail. You are this deep, deep longing, this burning love trying to create a path back to itself. But it cannot return. You cannot return. You have never left. There was never anyone home to leave or fill her shadow. No empty shoes to dance along a timeline between birth and death. Can you hear the waves crashing on distant shores, unseen even by moonlight? It is your own echo, your own heart crashing upon death's door, slowly, slowly, or swiftly. Rivers dissolve mountains, ice and wind sculpt the earth, surf breaks down the high, high cliffs where you stand watching your own sunset blooming. Blush of dawn, blush of evening illuminate your tender face, but are never caught by your tears. There are no colors without your eyes. This tender, delicate wetness writes our stories with water and water. There is no between what never happened and what never will, Yet this is where we dance. That razor's edge of hope and fear between birth and death is not twirled along by a ballerina with an umbrella. There is no wind to push her off. There is no horizon between earth and sky. When time collapses, you do too. A ballet of wind and wind, a symphony of light falling through light, spinning, twisting, twirling, dancing, flowing, rushing, roaring, sparkling pirouette of life and life, death and death. Even the nameless is named in this great dance called life. A runaway train with no source or destination leaves no echo or footprint. The tracks dissolve in their own wake. That there was no train and no conductor and no passenger might illuminate your tears with wonder. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, or maybe when you're dying, but you are dying, aren't you? Dying to live, dying to love, dying to this very moment that sings you with these very words. Love paints its own echo. It has no substance. It cannot be caught. There is no hand to hold it. No heart that can hold this love. No place to rest. No one to rest on this slippery, shimmering reflection of reflections of reflections of reflections of reflections. You know this deeply, but it may seem far too devastating to acknowledge. There is no past, just memories blooming and fading simultaneously. There is no tomorrow, just thoughts of other, better, more, or next. But you have never found a future. You have never found a past. You have never found anything other than just this as it magically appears. Life dances just like this. Can you feel love's heart beating, this on again, off again rhythm? It is not actual. It is only a wisp of a dream falling through its own echo. No one can catch it, bring it to life, or kill it. It breathes and dances only in these words. This thought stream you have tried so hard to get rid of or quiet. This quiescence is the very heart of all words, of all stories. It is your heartbeat, your echo, your love song singing you, just like this. Good night.